Okay, this is gonna hit deep for some people. So, if you're ready for it, then stay tuned. No animosity, no hate. I was just thinking about parents and how they, discipline their children and stuff like that. And everybody has a different way of doing it. I don't have children myself, but I was wondering, I was thinking so much, like, why? 35 years almost. 35 years. And this is not a woe is me. This is just explaining the actuality of it. 35 years. I was either mocked, ridiculed, or made fun of, right? By multiple people in my life. Either to my face or behind my back. Didn't matter. But I think of it's not upsetting anymore. I'm not triggered by it. But I think of the amount of years. That's a long time. And then I thought, just recently, there's a couple people I've cut out, and I'm like, I'm a very caring person, very loving, so I'm thinking, oh, maybe I should just try again, give them another chance, because they're still a person too, and I would want that done for me. And then I'm thinking, how many times have I done that and gotten burned? Or just, the person's just not ready and I come up against a wall and then they just deny it or whatever. They don't take their self-accountability. And then I thought, why do I do that so much my entire life? Why have I always been the one to say sorry first, or the one to make amends with somebody, or try to take accountability or responsibility? Why do I always feel the need to go out of my way to make sure somebody's okay or somebody's comfortable, or I'm sorry if I act a certain way and it made you feel this way or something. But I always did that. Always. And I'm thinking, why would I do that so much? At what point in my life did I think that it was necessary for me to constantly take accountability for other people's shit? And I was like, what? How would that be? And then I thought about the whole idea of the discipline with the children. And I thought about back when I was really little, not so much the teenage years to the, pre-adolescent, all that, where, you start making your own decisions. But I'm talking about really young, when really bad things happened. And certain parents or individuals didn't want to take accountability for it, for their mistake in it. Where did they go wrong? I never had an adult around me, go out of their way to say, oh my God, like, what are you doing? And then be like, you know what, wait, I am so sorry. I didn't explain this to you. You shouldn't be doing this, or this is the reason why you shouldn't do that. Or this is my fault. I shouldn't have allowed you to do that, or I shouldn't have allowed you to get into this. And the whole taking accountability part, being an adult. And you see a lot of people getting married or having children before they've even come into the actuality of themselves, who they are, and had their own balance, let alone raising a child. So it's understandable why that part would be lacking. But me constantly having to take responsibility for other people was installed early. And I just now sweeping the floor, I'm thinking, where? Why? Why do I always do this? Because I'm tempted to right now with the people, the boundaries I set, the people I've cut off. I'm really tempted to reach out to them. And every time I've ever done that, I've always gotten burned. I've always gotten screwed over or been taken for granted or not stood up for myself, for my own value and worth. And it always comes back to bite me in the ass. And that was some looking back into some detail there of why the hell I would do that. And it just, as of this day, I'm not quite 35, but as of this day, I just figured it out. Unfortunately, the people that were around me that were adults, they very seldom did they take responsibility or accountability for their part in it. So it was all placed on me.